For over a century, MacDowell has fostered more than 14,000 artistic residencies in its 450 acres in Peterborough, New Hampshire, a wooded, bucolic haven that has inspired countless works of art. During their stay at MacDowell, each artist is provided with a private studio, 3 delicious meals a day, and whatever we can provide them to help create their best work. The story of how it all began starts in 1896, when composer Edward MacDowell and pianist Marian MacDowell bought a farm in Peterborough, New Hampshire, a place where they spent summers creating unencumbered in the peaceful surroundings. When Edward fell prematurely ill, he shared a wish with Marian, a wish to provide other artists the opportunity to create in this place of natural wonder where he thrived. Inspired and unyielding, Marian set about realizing the dream as she searched for financial support to create an artistic retreat that provided community, natural inspiration, and cross-disciplinary stimulation. In 1907, as a result of her efforts, one of the nation's earliest artist residencies was born, and it became Marian's mission to sustain it. She traveled tirelessly across the country, offering piano recitals of her husband's work, as she sought support for the MacDowell residencies, then called the Peterborough Experiment. Marian's call was answered by organizations run by women: the Women's Music Sorority Sigma Alpha Iota, the National Federation of Music Clubs. Both bolstered Marian's advocacy and recognized MacDowell's contribution to American culture. The mission that began with a selfless wish has flourished over 113 years and has held steadfast throughout its many phases of leadership. Former board chair Michael Chabon encapsulated our mission perfectly when he said, "We need to give artists the freedom to fail and the space to succeed." By emulating those words, MacDowell has continued to inspire artistic experimentation, creation, creativity, growth, and expression in a unique and reverent setting, faithfully honoring its long-standing commitment to community as the calendar turned to March of 2020, and we face the public health threat of COVID-19. MacDowell decided to responsibly press pause on our program to ensure the health and safety of our artists and staff. But with time for reflection came reinvention. In collaboration with Monadnock Community Hospital, MacDowell began to offer its studios to medical professionals working on the front lines of COVID-19, offering them a safe place to lay their heads without fear of potentially infecting vulnerable family members. A place previously inhabited by poets, painters, writers, architects, and composers, now offering shelter to heroic frontline workers whose selfless efforts to keep us safe continued during these most challenging times. Simultaneously, MacDowell created artists' hubs on its website in order to keep our community connected. Over 214 fellows have gathered since March for virtual reunions to share work via Zoom and to scream when needed. Playlists were posted and resources to help artists weather the pandemic were shared. And in alignment with the movement for Black Lives, MacDowell curated a social justice hub, a place where artistic works that address our current moment and earlier anti-racist activism could be shared and resonate. Our commitment to removing barriers to participation continued in August with our first ever virtual MacDowell experience, honoring the commitment to artists whose residencies had been postponed in April and May. Virtual MacDowell is a fully online program encouraging the inspiration typically found on campus through shared meals, open studios, and small group interactions that result from engagement and exchange of ideas. The first iteration of this experiment helped us to foresee a future for those who were unable to attend MacDowell in person, while also giving us the time and space to improve our historic grounds and studios. Since our closing, we have worked with an advisory team of doctors, state officials, and local organizations to determine how to safely welcome a limited cohort of fellows back to our grounds for the first time since March. MacDowell is committed to honoring our history and evolving our mission so we can truly serve artists and responsibly step into our future.